Well, Happy New Year, everyone. This is Brett Darian here, and welcome to 2025. And let's try to have a good year, shall we? Now, this is my second attempt at filming this video. For some reason, I've been having problems with my lavalier mic. It produces, like, buzzy and staticky audio. So I'm having to film this video again using just the camera's built-in mic. So the audio in this video may not be the best, but I'm going to try to find a solution for that for future videos. But for now, though, I'm starting off my new year by adding 10 more games to my collection. And that's why these games are not in the box, because the first time I filmed this video, I unboxed them, but now they're already out of the box. But that saves some time, I guess, too. So these are all games that were under $10, and in fact, most of them were under $5. So not a lot of money was spent here, and in fact, most of these games are what most people would consider to be like filler titles, but that doesn't mean they're bad games. I still think they're worth playing or at least checking out. So I got several PS2 games, I got 3 original Xbox games, and even 3 Wii games. So we're going to go through them here individually, and I'll show you what I got. The first game is ATV Quad Power Racing 2 for the PlayStation 2. And fun fact, this is actually the very first PlayStation 2 game I played. I rented the PS2 back in, like, I don't know, 2000, 2001. And this is one of the games that I got with it to play. So this is one of, if not the first PlayStation 2 game that I ever played. And I remember kind of liking it. I mean, though I didn't get very far into it, but I remember liking it. And this game is also on the Xbox, but I got the PS2 version just for old time's sake. Now, all these games are also complete with their manuals right here. And I've already checked the game discs in the previous take of this video, but all the game discs are very, very clean, not a scratch on them. And you'll see them here in this B-roll that I shot up close of the game discs, and you'll see that they are all in very excellent conditions. So bravo to Lukie Games for cleaning their game discs before shipping them out. Next up, also for the PlayStation 2, we got AMF Extreme Bowling. I actually do have a AMF bowling alley near me. I haven't been to it in years. I just don't really have any like bowling friends. But I do like bowling, nothing against it. And we all enjoy playing the Wii bowling game, right? So bowling can be fun, especially with friends. And this game seems like it's kind of cool. And it's kind of an extreme bowling, so maybe it's got like an interesting twist on it or something. And this game is also on the original Xbox as well, and the game disc is really clean. It's also a CD-ROM based game. But for some reason, though, the copy that Lukie Games had of the Xbox version of this game was way more expensive. But the PS2 version, though, was really cheap, so that's why I got the PS2 version. All right, next up, for the original Xbox, we've got Monopoly Party. Now, I did have this game, actually, back when I was a teenager, and I remember liking this game. I mean, it's your basic Monopoly, but this is kind of like a more sped up version of it. It's kind of faster, so if you don't want to spend a whole lot of time playing Monopoly, well, this is the game for you, because every player moves at the same time. So that's the special trick here of this game, and that's why it moves faster. So still a cool game. Of course, it's complete with the manual, as you're seeing here in the up-close shots. So, yeah, very good condition game. The case is in great condition, too, so very happy to have this for the original Xbox. All right, next up, the original Xbox, we got Circus Maximus Chariot Wars. Now, I have never played this game, but it looks really interesting. A really unique racing game where you're like basically riding in a chariot and you're racing, so it looks really interesting. It looks like it could be pretty fun. And I did watch a YouTube video review of this game, and again, it just looks really intriguing. So I'm really interested to try it out. Next up here for the original Xbox, we got another bowling game, Strike Force Bowling. Now, I paid about $6 for this game from Lukie Games, which I thought was an okay deal, but a few days later, I went to a game store and I saw the game there for $4. So I guess I didn't get the best deal there, but it's okay. It's only a couple dollars difference. And what intrigued me about this game is that it seems like you're bowling in like really unusual locations. Like there's a picture here on the back of someone bowling on a beach or like an island. So we'll check them out. So I'll check them out and see if they're really that fun to play. Now, next up, we got a couple Wii games. And this is a game that I've heard is really, really good, but I've never played it. And it is Boom Blocks. And this game also has a sequel. And odd enough, this game was actually produced, or at least somewhat produced, by Steven Spielberg. So Steven Spielberg was involved in the making of this game. And this is pretty much like a puzzle game. You're like playing with blocks, you're blowing blocks up and stuff. Again, I've never played this game before, but I've heard it's really, really good, so I'm interested to try it out. Now, next up, we have Mini Desktop Racing for the Wii. Now, this game is very similar to other games that also have like this tabletop racing setting. I forgot exactly what it's called. I'll probably put it here in the description. I should remember what it is, but it's just escaping me for the moment. I think this game was only like $2 or something, so it was really, really cheap. So I don't know if it's really any good or not, but it's still such a cool idea when you're racing on your desktop. So this game looks like it could be really fun. But of course it does use the Wiimote controls and motion controls, so that might kind of hurt a little bit, I'm not really sure, but I am interested. I am eager to try it out. Alright, next up we have Wonder World Amusement Park for the Wii, which is pretty much just like a mini-game collection. Sometimes these can be fun, though this is probably like your classic example of Wii shovelware. But I like these amusement park games. They're like, they're kind of cool. I don't know if you actually walk around an amusement park in this game. That would be really cool. But it says here on the front you got 35 thrilling rides and games. So you don't just have games, you also have maybe some rides you can ride on. So it sounds like it could be really fun. But I don't know if it really is, though. Again, never played it. But I'm still willing to give it a shot. I just really like having these amusement park games. Alright, last up here we got two more PlayStation 2 games. And this one I've had my eye on for a little while. It's Sky Odyssey for the PlayStation 2. I've also heard this is a good game. And it seems very interesting too from the back. It says you have these different missions you have to complete, like you attempt to refuel from a moving train, fly through underground tunnels, and touch down on an aircraft carrier at sea, so that sounds pretty fun. So I've heard this game is pretty good. I've never given it a try, so I'm glad to finally have it now, and I'll try it out, and I think I'll like it. Now, last up, we have Family Feud for the PlayStation 2. Now, I really love Family Feud. I really like watching the game show with Steve Harvey. And this game came out in 2006. That may have been when Richard Karn was still hosting the show. Or that may have been when John O'Hurley first started hosting the show. But either way, Family Feud is fun. And there's a lot of these Family Feud games. There's some other versions of this game on PlayStation 2 also. There's also some Kinect games on the 360. There's also some Family Feud games on the Wii as well. So there's a lot of Family Feud games, and I think they're all fun to play. I'm trying to collect as many of them as I can, honestly, because I just like Family Feud, and these games are usually cheap too, so they're not expensive to collect. And supposedly this game also had online as well. I don't know if you could actually play against somebody online, or maybe it was just downloadable content. I'm not sure about that. But either way, pretty cool. So those are the 10 games that I'm now adding to my collection to start off 2025. I guess you can kind of call these Christmas gifts to myself. Looking forward to 2025, and hopefully I'm going to get some more games in the future. Though maybe not as many. I actually went on kind of a break. I didn't buy any games for a few months. So this is the first real big batch of games I bought for a while. But that'll do it for me for now. Stay tuned. I might do another like collection update room tour, like collection like video game collection update tour coming up maybe like later this month. So stay tuned for that. But besides that though, guys, thank you so much for watching and Happy New Year to everybody. And I will see you next time.